and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and if you haven't already checked out my previous videos, please go back and check them out, and don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on your notifications. And today we are gonna get into some things, guys. Today segment is on, we're just gonna chat it up a little bit and just get into a few little things, because we're females and we're here to help each other, and we want to make sure that everybody's good. Today, I'm going to talk about bad relationships and being able to overcome them. What I've noticed, even in my own personal life and experiences and stuff, is that a lot of people went through bad relationships. I know it might be shocking to hear, but I have had my very, very, very girls, I have had really terrible relationships. I think I'm totally bad at relationships on a whole. And it has really rubbed me the wrong way in my past. So literally today we're just gonna get into those things, bad relationships, overcoming them, what you could do when it is you come out of a bad relationship and you find yourself in a broken place, or in a place where you're not loving yourself as much, or you're picking at yourself and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna tell you all a little bit about my experiences, and then we're just gonna go into it and just talk along the way and stuff like that, right? So guys, it has not been easy for me in this dating world. It really hasn't. And I know that, yes, I'm very cute, but cuteness does not mean that you're going and make it out here in this dating world at all. Trust me. So as I said, I've had really terrible experiences with relationships. I have been cheated on. People have verbally abused me, talked down to me, and stuff along those lines. And moving past the pains that I would have experienced during those times and after those times was hard to even say the least. As females, when somebody cheats on you, you automatically start to think something wrong with you. You start to pick at yourself and wonder, okay, are the things that they are saying about me when they verbally abuse me, is that true? You start to question yourself. You start to, kind of pick at yourself. You just start to pick at yourself and start to tear your own self apart, because that's the things that you are hearing about yourself. And somebody cheating on you is never the easiest thing to hear, and it's never the easiest thing to see. Just gonna give you a little story. One of my boyfriends taped when he cheated on me, taped it with his camera, and I found it on his phone, and that's how I found out. So besides the very fact that cheating on a whole is devastating, seeing it is probably the most heart-aching thing that could possibly ever happen. And literally that is how I felt. I felt really, really down and out, and just in a really, really terrible place. Guys, I'm so sorry. Something just fell here. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, it really did a number on me. My trust issues started to do this, skyrocket out to the roof. It was so hard for me to trust people, to trust guys especially, and because he was fairly a nice guy to me. So I didn't think that he was cheating on me. um I don't want to say that I didn't see any signs of it, but I probably just wasn't looking for it, and that's probably why like I didn't see it just like that. But anyway, obviously, being cheated on and being verbally abused in my relationships would have left my self-esteem low down to the ground. Like, I know that is probably very, very hard to believe, but like, I literally did not love myself at a point in time. And it was really, really hard to come to terms to just, like, look at myself in the mirror and be like, you are worth it, you are gorgeous, you deserve all the best things in the world. It was hard for me to even affirm my own self. So I know that, like, it doesn't even need to be like a cheating situation or just like verbally abuse or anything, but those are the things that I went through. It could be almost anything, even like with your own friends and stuff like that. But when you find yourself in a place where your self-esteem just really low, and the way that you feel about yourself is just like all over the place, and like sometimes people get depressed about these things. You try to, like for me, I know that I tried so hard to just get out of those, that type of place that I was in. And I started to use things that I loved and things that I found would have brought me peace to get me out of the rut that I was in. So at the time, I was really, really sad all the time, and I was crying all the time. Like, it's not an easy thing, seeing your partners, doing stuff with somebody else, like that's never the easiest thing to like watch and witness with your own eyes. And because of this state of loneliness and just like looking at myself like I wasn't worth it, or worthy of a pure love, I obviously struggled a lot with my self-esteem. And I know that there are a lot of females out there that struggle with their self-esteem as well, and their self-worth. And my little advice is, make sure that you heal from the things that would have brought trauma to your life before you step into something new. And as I said, it could be a simple thing as a friend. I had a friend that betrayed my trust 110%, and did probably one of the worst things they could have probably done to me. And I found it very hard after her to trust other females. And it was the same thing with males. And I just start to wonder, I don't think that at the time any other friendships that I would have tried to have would have been healthy in any way. And there was a point in time where I literally just told myself, I need to heal and I need to love myself properly, because if I do not do this, then I will only be destructive to anybody that tried to come close to me. Like, I think I will be explosive, and even if the perfect man or the perfect friend came along at that time, I believe that I would have done more harm to them than any good that I could have given them, because that you could only give what is in the inside. And if in the inside of you is only filled with hurt and pain and sorrow and just self-abuse, then there's no way that you could be in a place to give anybody anything that could help them, or you cannot even be healthy to somebody else around you. So like literally, like I started to tell myself that I needed to make some very drastic changes in my life. So for me, I know a lot of you may be saying, okay, so when you are in that place, what do you do? Like, what's next? Like how am I supposed to get out of this place? Like, Is it that I need to take things into my own hands and just go and, probably hold them back, or in like girlfriends' cases, or your friends' cases or stuff like that, should I like beat them up or do something, or like become aggressive, or like I never gonna trust again and that's it, like what do you do next when you are in a place of brokenness? And get your pens and papers, guys, because I'm gonna tell you all what I did. What I did in those desperate times, because listen, anybody that knows me knows that I have a very eccentric personality, and I'm always happy and always smiling and thing. And a lot of times people will be like, "Girl, how you even smiling after half of the things that you even went through?" And I just be like, it didn't happen overnight. And to date, I'm still going through the process of, just dealing with myself and learning to love myself, and, just dealing with me. And I, have down days where all I do is cry for hours, and like, like literally, that's all I could do. And, that helps. That's very, very, very therapeutic for me, right? I don't know about anybody else, but I am a big cry baby. Like, I love to cry. It helps me feel a measure of release in my life, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. What I started to do was spend more time with God. That really helped a lot. I just started to sing. I like to sing, so I started to sing a lot. And I started to do a lot of makeup, and I just started to do a lot of things that I found peace in. So I just started to work on myself, not to distract myself. Guys, there is a big difference between distracting yourself and like healing from the things that you have been through. I went to counseling after everything, after like a lot of my relationships, because like I realized that I needed somebody to talk to. I needed an outlet, and I didn't want to shove everything that I went through under the rug. Instead, I really just wanted to I honestly just wanted to get past it. Like, I wanted to heal from it. I wanted to be a better person. Like, I didn't want to be a sad, sulky person, or somebody that, wasn't able to offer the world anything. And that's a real big thing for me, because, we are placed on the earth for a purpose, and it's never for yourself. I am a strong believer in being placed on this earth to help other people, and to be able to leave an impact on other people's lives. And I always tell myself that anybody that meet me in their life, they must, like, when I pass and leave this earth, they must be able to say, yo, that girl was one of a kind. Like, I want that people feel impacted by my presence as a whole. So as I said, I started to sing. I started to spend time with God. I went to therapy. I know that is very cliche, and a lot of people think that therapy is like only for mad people. But I am telling you, if you cannot speak to your friends, or you don't think that they will give you sound advice, and you can't speak to your parents, or like there isn't anybody else that you can speak to, or you are not finding the light that you need, then you need to declutter your life. And sometimes, in order to do that, you need to talk to somebody and let it out. And in my case, I write a lot, right? So when I'm feeling sad or anything is happening in my life, I've allowed myself to feel what I am feeling in that moment. And it's not I just feeling sorry for myself if I'm sad, or if I'm angry, and just go mad. No, I would write and try to figure out, why is this emotion coming out of me because of something like this, especially if it's something small. And what I have realized is that a lot of times it's because there's a bigger, deeper issue at hand, and that is why I am basically at the place at, either getting angry or irritated or sad and just all the time and sulky. And a lot of people think that therapy is, going to a counselor and talking is like the worst thing ever, because that shows that you have problems and you're mad and you're not sane in your head. Actually, people that go to therapy probably are the more sane people, right? Because for me, my personal experience with it, I found that when I was able to just release what was inside of me, I found that I was able to breathe. And I know that is probably like, what? Just able to breathe? Like, yeah. Like that's such a weird thing to say. But it's true, like I am, oh my god guys, I'm not going to cry, okay? But I felt like I could have take a breath, and I felt clear. Like I am somebody that like to keep things to myself. So what I found was that I would try to deal with everything on my own, and when I started to let somebody else in and give somebody else the opportunity to help me, I found that there was a lot of decluttering in my life that started to happen, and like I just started to feel at peace and at a better place. So as I said, I started to go to counseling, I did singing, I started to cook and all. I started to write more. And I have a daughter, she's 3 years old, guys. I know that you may have seen her in the previous videos before. And I just started to spend more time with her and just spend like doing stuff with her. And that was so helpful to me. Just, yes, I used to spend time with her before, but not like this. It was almost like I was taking my time to just get to know this little human being, and sometimes so much things are going on. Yes guys, so I know a lot of you may be saying, so you never used to spend time with your daughter before. Yes, I used to spend time with her before. I just never used to, there was so much going on with me, and this is what I was saying before earlier. Sometimes it is very impossible for you to give greatness or be healthy to somebody if you yourself are going through probably an extremely terrible time emotionally and mentally. There's nothing healthy that could come out of you if it is you are in a place of depression. You feel me? So, as I said, I did a lot of things that I started to not right. So I was telling you all, sorry to be all over the place, but I was telling you all, I wasn't doing things to keep myself busy or distracting myself from the problem, because sometimes we could do that, right? When things are going on with us, excuse me. When things are going on with us, you find you all of a sudden you start to do your makeup, you're going out all the time, you're drinking thing, you're getting drunk, you're just trying to find other ways to deal with the things that you're going through, and you're not really dealing with the issue at hand really. And I was not trying to do that, to date, like I still write when things are bad in my life, or like I would find that like I'm at a really low place, instead of just sulking in that moment. And guys, it's very important to make sure that you have a good support system around you, because if you don't, then you would find that when is like, when it's time for you to, when you're going through something and you turn around and you have nobody to talk to, you find it, you stay in that place, and you don't really want to stay in a place like that. You want to get out of the rut, get out of the place. So I just want to encourage everybody who is watching on today, take the time to work on yourself. And it is definitely easier said than done. And be careful of the relationships that you form, because it could do good to you or it can do bad to you, and you would always want that you put your energy and you allow somebody in your space that could bring something positive out of you. So guys, I just want to encourage everybody just to spend time with you. Don't keep yourself busy. Deal with the problem at hand. Go to counseling, right? Find things that you like to do. Find things that talk to God. Build a relationship with God. That's not far-fetched. Everybody who going through this pandemic right now could tell you, if it is you ain't got a relationship with God, then something is wrong. If you didn't have one before and you ain't got one now, then something is wrong. Because you could see it, like you need God. So just pray simple prayers. Just ask God. He's here to help and to just be of assistance. So and bring peace. So don't try to just neglect yourself, and don't try to help other people when you yourself not even in a proper good place mentally. You work on you before you get yourself into another relationship. You heal before you invite new people into your life. Make sure that you are in a proper healthy place, because as I have said before, you can only give out what you input into your life. And if it is the only thing that you have in the inside of you is bitterness and selfishness and just hurt and pain and just heartbreak and devastation, then that is all that you can give out to the world. And you want to just make sure that when you're giving back to the world, that you're able to give something healthy and something that is meaningful. You ever meet those people, sometimes you're around somebody and you're just like, energy is so off. It's like, why is she always sulky or bitter, or her face always screw up? And you ever meet people like that? I think I've met a few people like that, and let me tell you about those people. They just dealing with some stuff, and it's because they have not healed from things that would have brought them to a place where they could be healthy or give off anything positive to anybody else. So be kind to people like that, guys. Be very, very kind to them, because you have no idea what they're going through behind closed doors. And you just don't know the demons that people fighting every day. As I told you before, plenty of people used to watch me and be like, how, you smile all the time, you don't get upset. I get that so many times. You don't get upset. I don't ever see you not smiling and stuff like that. And if they only know how many times I would be locked away in my room for days just bawling my eyeballs out, they will not be envious of my smile. So I said all of that to just say, I just wanted us to have a little chat session today, guys. And just talk about, self-love, and just making sure that you invest into yourself. Do the things that you love. Start to, if it is you have a dream, find a way to be able to, pursue your dreams. if it is you want to go back to school, it have so many things that you would like, you might want to do, and then you just don't do it just because of. So guys, because of the state that you may be in, so guys, just take your time, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself, guys. Be very patient. I learned that the hard way. Being patient with yourself was probably one of the hardest things I had to do, because I like to control my own life, and I don't like when it is like things not happening the way that I would like it to happen. So I would be all over the place. But what I have learned is patience. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your growth. Don't just think that, okay, well, I'm not so important, or like, I want this happen now. I was hurt today and I want healing tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. It's a process that you have to go through, and trust me, the process is not easy. Sometimes the process is even more painful, because I remember when I had to leave one of my exes, and that was a real hard decision. Like, I remember crying. I felt like real hurt, and the person didn't do anything to me, but I just wasn't in a place to give anything that would have been healthy enough for the relationship. And sometimes we need to choose us. Choose yourself. That might be a real hard thing, but choose you. And you would be very, very shocked investing in yourself and choosing yourself and being selfish sometimes when it concerns your growth and yourself. You'll be very, very shocked how beneficial that could be to your life. So guys, I love you all, and please, any other topics that you would like me to talk about, don't be afraid to just comment below and let me know what you would like to hear me speak of or about. I'm a transparent, open book, and I have no problem talking about anything in my life or just helping other people. So guys, thank you so much for continuing with this journey, on this journey with me. And just like anybody else, I'm growing daily. I make mistakes every day. I do things that is very out of character, and I have to pull myself back up. So don't be hard on yourself. Be gentle with yourself and be gentle with your growth, because it's very, very important that you are gentle with yourself, because nobody else is going to be as gentle as you are. Nobody is going to be as gentle with you as you are. Yes, that's it. So make sure, guys, and just shoot me a message underneath my comments and let me know what you all thought about this, and let me know if there's anything else you would like me to talk about, any other topics in chatting it up with JJ, and you all could just let me know. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I totally love you all. Like love. And I look forward to more times like this.
I love you more than I love myself. If I weren't with you, I can't picture me with someone else. And every time we separate, it's like we under spells. Cause when we hurt each other, we come back to help each other heal.